Hi, everyone. Welcome to my family room. I'm here by my fireplace, and I was asked to say a few words, think about some things related to the sermons in December this year in our Christmas series. And so I've got some notes about the sermon, and here we go. There are a number of words and phrases that remind us of the Christmas season. Words like manger, and Noel, and abiding, as in the shepherds abiding in their fields, keeping watch over their flocks by night. And these are words we only hear around Christmas time, really, or use around Christmas time. And another one of these Christmassy words is Emmanuel. Now, this word is a Christmas time word because in the first chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, where Matthew is telling us about the birth of Jesus, we read this. We read, "A virgin will conceive a child. She will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel." And this is a very familiar Christmas time verse, and I'm certain that many of you know that the word Emmanuel is a Hebrew word that essentially means God with us, and most Bibles actually have a footnote at the bottom to tell you that the word means that. But while most of us are familiar with this word, Emmanuel is actually a very rare word, or rather, it's a very rare name. It's a rare name in the Bible, at least. It's only found 3 times. And the first time we find it is in Isaiah 7:14. And that's actually the verse that Matthew quotes that I read earlier, where it says, in the Old Testament, it literally says, "A virgin will conceive a child, and she will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel." Now, what we know now is that Isaiah 7:14 was a clear prophecy about the coming of Jesus. And the next place we find this word is in Isaiah 8, and in this passage, to be quite honest about it, it has nothing to do with the Christmas story. It's there, but it has nothing to do with Christmas. And then the only other time we find the name Emmanuel in the Bible is in Matthew 1:23, where Matthew quotes Isaiah, and he tells the world that Jesus' birth was the fulfillment of that prophecy back in Isaiah. But while Emmanuel is rarely found in the Bible, it is still a very meaningful and important name for Jesus. It's a name that's made up of 3 short Hebrew words. The first word is Ayim, which means with. The second word is nu, and when it's used as a suffix, it means us. And then El, which is the shortened version of the name we often give to God, which is Elohim. And Elohim essentially means the mighty one. So when you put it all together, you get Emmanuel. Or when we say it Emmanuel. And it means with us is the mighty one. And for me, that's a lot stronger than just saying God with us. One thing's for certain, while we only find this name 3 times in the whole of the Bible, the concept of God, the mighty one, being with us it's everywhere in the Bible. It describes the essence of what was so amazing about Adam and Eve living in the Garden of Eden. Because what? God was with them. That's what made the garden special. And then God, he wanted the Jews to build a tabernacle and a temple. Oh, this is all in the Old Testament. And the reason was because he wanted to have his own home right in the middle of the Jewish people so that he could be physically with them. And the longing of the Jews in the years leading up to the birth of Jesus was that somehow the Jewish people would get their act together enough so that God's presence would come back physically back into what is called the Holy of Holies. It's a space in the temple where God in the past had shown himself present physically, and the Jews longed to be able to say once again, like they'd been able to say back in their glory days, that guess what? The mighty one is with us. Truth is, this concept of God being with us is everywhere in the Bible, because the desire for God to be with us is not just the desire of our hearts, but it's also the desire of God's heart as well. The overarching message of the whole Bible is this: the mighty one wants nothing more than to be present with us, with you and with me. And so when Isaiah the prophet said that the son of a virgin would be called Emmanuel, it was more than just giving this son a meaningful name. It's a way of saying that the desires of our hearts and the desires of God's heart will finally be fulfilled in the coming of this son, this baby, the mighty one. God himself was coming to be with us. And this is the deepest joy of Christmas. Emmanuel, God with us, is now a reality. Now my takeaway from all of this is that when we hear the name Emmanuel over the Christmas season, our first thought should be one of thanksgiving. Thanksgiving that the God of the universe, the creator, the source of all life and of love and of light and peace and all the things that we talk about at Christmas time, the source of all of this, he chose to make it possible for you and me to be with him for eternity. And that possibility begins with Jesus becoming a baby that fulfilled Isaiah's prophecy, a baby who was fully Emmanuel. Jesus was, and he still is, the mighty one. And he is with us now, and he will be with us forever.
Thanks for watching Tim's Fireside Chat. You know, that video could have been 2 hours long, and Tim just always seems to leave me wanting more. I want to hear what you have to say, so be sure to share your thoughts on the questions in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the comments.